Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Gaff, and today I will be going through everything new within game update number 4. I'm going to do a wide overview to touch on the main changes within the patch notes and the new items that were not included in the patch notes. So if you want any of the small things, you can check the description where the timecodes as well as the patch notes are linked. So upon logging in, you'll see two new aspects. The first is that you will be told that you received certs. These are your passive certs that are now just a lot more visible. It's the same passive cert gain that you would have had before. You'll also notice that the warp gates were rotated again. On Indar, the TR are now in the canyons, the VS are in the desert seabed, and the NC are in the oasis. The Virtual Reality Training Center has also been implemented within this update. You can access it from the newly furnished map menu, which also now works as your deployment menu. Within the map menu, you can redeploy to a warp gate. From the continent transfer terminals within the warp gate, you can teleport to the VR training area. It has been noted in the VR training area that there is quite a bit of lag and frame rate issues regardless of how many people are actually in there. I haven't experienced these issues myself when I was in there earlier, but I'm sure SOE will have a hotfix for them soon, probably this week, next couple days. Within the VR training area, you will have the default loadouts that you would start off with, which can be equipped with anything you'd like. So you can't use any of the loadouts you already have, you have to reset all of them, and there's no camo within them. Currently, it still takes away your infantry resources to use infantry tools and equipment, so stay away from mines and C4 and the medic packs. Death within the VR training area are also being recorded onto the player's log. So I'm not sure if that's a bug within the player's log or within the VR area, but that will probably be squared away with the next hotfix as well. Once I spawned into the area, I went straight to the vehicle terminals and tried out the new flash attachments. The new attachments include the Renegade 12 shotgun, which will one-shot infantry within 5 to 10 meters, and two-shot maxes within that same range. Flashes also have a rumble seat by default now, which is fairly lavishly furnished. There's some, nice leather on there, good colors, pretty nice looking. And the rumble seat is the back seat on the flash, so each flash can now carry two players. You can use any weapon from the back seat other than turrets. I don't think a max can go in the back seat, but I forgot to test it earlier, so it's a possibility. You have to check back on that. The flashes also now have a cloaking device that falls under the utility cert slot, so you can't have it and turbo at the same time, which is unfortunate. It'd be nice to have flying invisible creatures coming at you. The cloak in the training area is maxed out, so it will last for 40 seconds. To use the cloak, you have to be an Infiltrator 2, and you just press F and it starts up. It will also prevent you from shooting when activated, so it's a good way to keep puppies in the back seat from shooting and attracting attention. You will also notice that many of your weapons now have extra ammo. I call this the LevelCap update, since LevelCap has been asking for extra ammo since Planetside 2 came out, and most of the guns that have it buffed are also the S weapon, which is LevelCap's main. In terms of infantry changes, all forms of mines and grenades have had their radius decreased and their damage slightly buffed. On top of that, C4 will no longer remain after death. It seems that SOE is making a big push in this update to reduce the amount of random damage done by explosive. I say random, it's not random, but reduce the overall non-player controlled amount of damage done by explosives. I've completely removed flak armor from many of my characters in place of nanoweave due to that change, so you might want to consider that as well. Vehicle changes reflect this same trend of reducing damage radii. Killing vehicles will also give a lot more certs now as well. In an ESF, you should also no longer notice a lock-on remaining for way longer than it should. The Mag Rider also received its long-awaited improvements. It can now climb surfaces correctly again. However, the word on Araxis is that the strafing has been nerfed quite considerably, which is the Mag Rider's strong point. The UI of the map and deployment menu is much cleaner now, and the MiniMap has more zoom capabilities. Before you could just press H and make it a little bigger and it would zoom out a little bit more. Or not exactly zoom out, but it would give you a little bit more of the boundaries around you. But now there's a lot more capabilities with the zoom. The left bracket will zoom out while the right bracket will zoom in. I did find one bug with this where zooming out all the way in the training area would remove the terrain from the map. The last major change came to towers. The towers now have separate places for vehicles to spawn in and a teleporter to go from the spawn directly to the ground floor. This is for the defenders only, of course. This will greatly reduce the amount of people getting run over when trying to enter the towers, which has always been one of the #1 issues with the tower setup. In the next coming weeks, we can also expect the faction-specific rocket launchers, the second set of pump-action shotguns, and player-wide unlocks. I will be reviewing both the faction-specific rocket launchers and all the pump-action shotguns within the next couple of weeks once they're released. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.